I am somebody on here proclaiming that God does intervene in hard marriages. I'm somebody that's been grossly mistreated by my spouse, and God invited me to stay and love him when he did not deserve it. And I get a lot of feedback from mostly women telling me what they think about that. And recently on social media, even on the news, there's been a lot of horrible situations happening where a spouse basically outed their spouse who did horrible things. And it really does concern me that that is a trend happening. And you might say to me, but Carla, like, you do the same thing. You like share all the tea on your husband. Okay, there is a distinct difference. The reason that I'm concerned with people just getting on here and spilling their spouse's tea, even when it's valid, like, everyone has the right to share their story. And I'm not saying that you don't have the right to share your story. In fact, if you're a believer in Jesus Christ, I actually recommend you sharing your story. But you need permission from your spouse. You got to understand that if something like catastrophic happened and they've just recently been outed, they're not in a good mental or emotional state. Could we have a little compassion and a little empathy for somebody that just blew up their life because of their own choices? And yes, they might deserve to be outed in front of the whole world, and it might make you feel really good and validated and justified for doing that. But can I just warn you that you are risking their very life? And I'm for real. You're risking them feeling so much shame that they will not be able to handle it. And so I just wanted to get on here, somebody who actually does share things that her spouse has done against her, and even what I've done. I'm not blameless in life. I do things as well. You all would say what I do is not that bad compared to what he's done. I have a little attitude problem. But, I knew not to get on here when my spouse was spiraling out of control. Like, I knew that. That only benefits me. That wouldn't have benefited him. And so I get it. Everybody's entitled to their own truth. Everybody's entitled to tell their story. But if your motivation is to just validate your own feelings by doing it, you really need to check yourself. It really could do a lot of damage that you weren't thinking it could. Like, seriously, just look at the news right now. Just look at the news. Look at some story headlines of people sharing on social media, and it's heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Absolutely.